Oh my gosh.
Ready.
Okay, fine.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our debate. We are Group A1. We're going to talk about a sensitive topic. The topic is: do women get paid less than men? The topics also that we're going to touch is gender pay a gap myth? Is it wrong for women to be paid less than men? As the introduction, we have that paying women less than men for the same work is a violation of the principle of equal pay for equal work and perpetuates gender inequality. As the position in payment, as the position statement on the pro side, we have the statistical evidence, which numerous studies show a persistent pay gap where women earn less than men on average, even in similar roles and industries.
Another proposition statement is the historical context, in where the historical discrimination and the gender roles have contributed to systematical pay disparities, and the legislation and advocacy it continuously efforts by the government and the organization to address and the close the gap indicates its recognizes existence.
On the con side, we decided that it depends on women choices. Whether the pay gap is influenced by women choices in education, career paths, and work life decisions. And the another point is that experience and tenure. Differences in years of experience and job tenure between genders can contribute to wages and disparity. And we also consider that 99% of the women are nurses and 80% women are teachers in case teachers.
Okay, so addition to my partner, the another factor is occupational segregation. You see the concentration of genders in different occupations with varying pay scales can affect perceived pay gaps because that vary from person to person as depend on their skills, their experience, or their job positions.
Next. On the ethical perspective, on the pro side, we're going to use the utilitarianism theory, which is an ethical theory that posits that the best action is the one that maximizes overall happiness and or utility. When applied to gender pay gap, utilitarians will evaluate policies and practices based on their consequences for overall well-being.
In this theory, we have the maximizing the well-being, where the closing the gender pay gap can lead to greater economic security for women, which in turn benefit families and the society as whole. Increased financial stability can lead to better health education and the opportunity for the future generation. So the next one is the economic efficiency. Ensuring equal pay for the equal work can lead to more efficient use of the human resources. If women are unpaid and underutilized, the economy may not be benefiting for their full potential. And the last one is the social harmony. Reducing income inequality can contribute to social harmony and reduce tension caused by the perceived injustice. This can lead more cohesive and stable society, which benefits everyone.
Okay, so well, we are come up with another theory that is pragmatism. We are following that, and as per that theory, it refers to focusing on practical consequences of trying to address the pay gap. So, for example, if we take the example of economic impact, we'll see it measures the enforce equip pay might hurt businesses, competitiveness, or increase their costs.
And the another example of the pragmatism is a root cause. It is better to address underlying issue like education and childcare rather than focusing solely on the pay. And another reason is that of the concept overreach. Strict pay equality measure could lead to inefficient regulation and unintended problems.
In the argument and the evidence from the pro side, we have the position and the promotion discrimination, where mostly women are likely to give position or the promotion opportunity because they assume that they have family duties, which is better, and they don't want to hire or to do the business with them. The next one is the choice of the profession. Some argue that the pay gap exists because of personal choices, with women selecting lower paying professions or the industries.
Another argument is part-time work. The argument here is that women are more likely to work part-time due to family responsibilities, which leads to a lower annual earnings compared to full-time workers, predominantly by men. So this is a little bit of an issue because they are not comparing full salaries, and that's gonna be a gap that people are gonna think about it. Also, according to experience and education, they claim that different careers progression, experience, and educational backgrounds can account for the pay disparities. Men might have more years of uninterrupted experience or advantage degrees in higher paying specialties. So what I can say about it is that the comparison is not that fair as it shows.
On the con side, there is a systematic discrimination. The existence of policies aimed at ensuring pay equality does not eliminate the impact of systematic discrimination, and also subtle and unconscious bias can still affect a decision about hiring, promotion, and salary. Structural changes alone are insufficient if cultural and attitudinal changes do not accompany them. And the another reason of the con is that role of gender bias. While career preference and work life balance consideration are valid, and gender bias remains a significant factor. Moreover, even women who negotiate effectively and prioritize their career face hurdles than men do not, such as being judged more harshly for assertiveness. Additionally, the tendency for men to work in high risk, high reward fields does not justify the pay gap in professions where men and women do the same work.
Yeah, certainly. So another factor is economic impact of childbearing. You see, that is not purely a personal choice, but also a result of societal expectations and inadequate support system as well. You see, women often face a motherhood penalty where they are unfairly penalized in their careers for taking maternity leave or having flexible work arrangements. This is a structural issue that needs address to achieving genuine equity. Second thing, policy and legal measures. If we consider that point, the persistence of the pay gap despite policies and legal measures indicate that these measures alone are insufficient. Also suggests that deeper cultural and systematic issues need to be addressed with that, such as changing workplace culture or implementing more comprehensive support for working events as well.
For the refutation, but from the pro side, we have the systematic discrimination, where it is all about the against the women and the minorities is a pervasive issue in the workplace, where it can be like the improving diversity marksheets, the performance-based promotion, where in the improving diversity, many organizations are increasingly adopting diversity and inclusion initiative. Company are setting diversity target and implementing bias training program. These efforts have led to noticeable improvement in the representation and inclusion within many industries. And coming back to the next point, the role of the gender bias. Gender bias significantly hinders women career advancement, like the changing attitudes, like the men-dominated field. When in changing attitudes, there has been a significant cultural shift towards recognition and the addressing gender bias. Public awareness campaign and educational effort have increased understanding of gender bias and its impact, leading to change in the women workplace attitude and the behavior. And in certain industries, gender disparities are partly due to historical underrepresented of women-specific field. Example like STEAM. Effort are being made to encourage more women to enter and uh, encourage more women to enter and stay in this field.
Getting a reputation again about economic impact and of childbearing, the economic impact of childbearing is not purely a personal choice, but also is a result of societal expectations and inadequate support systems. Women often face a motherhood penalty where they are unfairly penalized in their careers for taking maternity leave or having flexible arrangements. This is a structural issue that needs addressing to achieve genuine equity. Also, going to policy and legal measures, the persistence of the pay gap despite policies and legal measures indicate that these measures alone are insufficient. It suggests that deeper cultural and systematic issues need to be addressed, such as changing work position cultures and implementing more comprehensive support for the parents, for working parents.
Okay, so well, we consider. I think my partner will start now.
Yeah. On the con side of the reputation is a merit-based system. In
Sorry,
position
Ramandeep,
and
your video is off.
yeah.
Yes, now you can
Now,
continue.
Yeah, now
okay.
it's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. On the con side of the reputation is a merit-based system, and in merit-based system, many organizations have implemented merit-based system for promotions, ensuring that decisions are based on performance, qualification, and contribution rather than on the gender race. This system include objectives, metrics, and standardized performance evaluation to minimize bias. And another con of is that transparency in promotion process. Organizations are adopting more transparent promotion process by clearing communicating the criteria for advancement and providing feedback. Companies ensure that all employ what is required for career.
Okay, so in addition to that, one other significant factor is part-time work. You see, women are more likely to work part-time due to discrimination affecting their career progression and earnings. You see, work-life balance preference. Many individuals, particularly women, choose part-time work to balance family responsibilities and their personal interests as well. This prefer for flexibility is often a personal choice rather than a result of workplace discrimination. Second thing you will consider that is policy support. Nowadays, many organizations and government are implementing policy to the support part-timers, including the prorated benefits as well, career development opportunities, and the pathway to transition mitigate the impact of part-time work on career advancement. Second thing that we consider is experience and the education ones. You see that equal education opportunities. Nowadays, access to education has improved significantly for women and the minority over the past few decades. Higher enrollment rates in universities and professional programs demonstrate that these groups are receiving the educational necessary for career advancement. Second thing, mentorship and networking. There are numerous mentorship and networking programs specifically designed to support women and minorities in their career development. Not only these programs provide guidance, but also resources and connections that help individuals gain valuable experience and advance their careers.
Uh, okay, from the pro side, which was the social justice ethical work framework, where it focused on the fairness, the equity, and the justice in how resources and the opportunity are distributed within the society. It advocates for all equitable allocation that ensure all the individual have equal access to essential resources and the opportunity regardless of their background or the circumstances. This framework aims to rectify inequality and support marginalized groups by promoting inclusive policies and the practices. Ultimately, it seeks to create a society where everyone has the chance to succeed and thrive, fostering a just and equitable, equitable community.
Okay, so well, we are going with deontological ethics that basically supports the freedom of individuals to choose their professions. Not any kind of burden comes from the family or the other stuffs without coercioning or undue influences.
In the rebuttal too, we from the pro side, we have chosen the promotion of the equality and the fairness, with the advocates for equal pay for equal work regardless of gender promotion, promotes fairness and equality in the workplace, aligning with the fundamental ethical principles. And the another point is the employee morale and the engagement. With the fair pay practices, enhance employee morale and engagement by creating a sense of equity and respect among all employees, thereby boosting productivity and loyalty.
According to legal compliance and reputation, companies that prioritize fair pay practices mitigate legal risk and safeguard their reputation, enhancing their attractiveness to prospective employees and stakeholders, make them look a great place to work in. Also, getting in touch with ethical leadership, taking a stance on gender pay equity demonstrates that ethical leadership is a commitment to social responsibility, which can enhance the company overall reputation and brand management and brand image as well. So they will look a lot bigger compared to other companies.
On the con side of the rebuttal tool is implementation challenges. In it, achieving pay equality can be challenging due to factors such as unconscious biases, historical disparities, and complex organizational structure that may not easily accommodate changes. And the second con is that cost consideration. Equalizing pay may involve additional cost for organizations, especially if adjustments are needed to align salaries with the principle of equal pay for equal work.
Okay, so on support of my partners, I coming also with another factor is data limitations. You guys consider that obtaining accurate data to identify and address gender pay gaps can be difficult, especially in the case of organizations with the decentralized pay structure or limited transparency. Second factor, I hope you know that resistance and culture barriers. Resistance from within the organizations partly comes from those who benefits from the status quo, and also the cultural barriers that perpetuate gender stereotypes can hinder progress towards pay equity.
In conclusion,
In
in conclusion
conclusion,
and ethical recommendation, I'm going to talk about the choosing that a woman has to do between being a professional against motherhood. So this is a real issue for them and it's totally unfair according that family duties make them choose part-time jobs or take their education a little bit longer than men. So it will be fair for them to share their responsibilities with the fathers, making instead of a motherhood, making it a parenthood to get into a break-even point to both of the sides. That also, according with childbearing, women often face motherhood penalty where they are unfairly penalized, that I already said. So what the point will be also is just to have, I mean, if they are not willing to give a certain position to a woman because they might get some motherhood penalties because they have to leave because of their children or something. Also, we really encourage about parenthood in a fair point of view that both of the sides will have the same amount of time to deliver to their kids and make them to make like a family commitment instead only like a mother commitment that is being shown nowadays on the labor side.
the another point is the promotion of the equality and the fairness, where in the promoting equality and the fairness within the organization and the society, it is very essential for the fostering and a more just inclusive environment. Systematic discrimination, gender bias, and the economic disparities related to childbearing must be addressed through targeted policy, cultural shift, and the proactive initiative. And the last but not least, ethical leadership. Ethical leadership is vital for promoting equality and the fairness. Leaders must champion inclusive practices, ensure transparent decision making, and address um, bias. By fostering a culture of integrity and respect, ethical leaders can drive positive changes.
Well, that's fine, but I'm still stick with my points. The significant point that we should consider that is choice of profession. You see that the underrepresentation of women and minorities in certain professional is due to systematic discrimination. For example, personal interest and choices. You see, the career choices of individuals are often influenced by the personal interests, their aptitudes, and their educational backgrounds. The underrepresentation in certain fields can be attributed to the personal preference and social influence rather than systemic discrimination. Second thing, I hope you consider that is changing trends. Efforts to encourage underrepresented group to enter traditionally male-dominated fields. For example, STEM are showing positive results. Educational initiative, scholarship, and outreach programs are helping to diversify these fields. Second factor, positions and promotion discrimination. There is a significant discrimination against women and minorities in position and promotions. You will see, for example, increased representations. The representation of women and minority in leadership positions has been gradually increasing. Companies are making concerted efforts to diversify their leadership team through targeted recruitment, mentorship program, and even the leadership development initiative. And the second thing, transparency in promotion process. Organizations are adopting more transparent promotion processes by clearing communication, the criteria for advancement, and providing feedback also, so that company ensure that all employees understand what is required for career progression, reducing the likelihood of discrimination.
And the concise conclusion of ethical recommendation is that by ethical recommendation, organization can address the root cause of gender bias related to the experience and education. The fosters a fairer workplace where all employees have equal opportunities to develop their skills, advance their careers, and receive equitable compensation. And the another reason is that of coincide is that experience and education. In this, addressing gender based through the lenses of experience and education is crucial for fostering a long term and sustainable equality in the workplace. While difference in career trajectory and educational backgrounds often contribute to gender disparity, ethical recommendation can help mitigate these effects and promote a more inclusive environment.
Thank you, guys.